Hey guys, Colin here with Happiness U, our second book talk. This is a book I read a couple months ago. Actually, I finished. It's not as fresh in my mind, but I thought I'd review it anyways because it really goes along with the whole theme that I'm trying to create here with, human potential books. So the book is called Unfuck Yourself. Get out of your head and into your life. It's by Gary John Bishop. It was a New York Times bestseller, and on the back of the book it says, "Wake up. You're a fucking miracle of being." I think it's pretty obvious why I was drawn to this book to begin with. Most books aren't this straightforward, this in your face about it. So I thought that was kind of cool. Really what this book is about is just getting out of your head and acting to make your life better, to make your circumstances the way that you want them. A lot of us spend a lot of our times wanting our lives to be a certain way, wanting to make that change, but at the end of the day, we're just kind of in here and we're not actually out doing anything. A lot of us want to make the change, but the problem is we're stuck in here where we should be acting out in the world. So this book, I think, is really just aimed at helping people getting started by starting in the right place, which is acting. I remember I took a class at Maryland. It was about how innovators think, and one of the commonalities that a lot of different people like Elon Musk or Steve Jobs had was a bias towards action. So they had these great ideas in their head, but when it came time for action, there was never any hesitation. It was just act, and you deal with the consequences of that as they come. The worst thing that you can do in any situation, I've always been told, is nothing. And the best thing you can do is the right thing, and the second best thing you can do is the wrong thing. But doing nothing never really helps. So I think this book is really just meant to underscore that principle of making sure that no matter what you do, understanding that doing nothing is not the solution. I think this book actually did a really nice job of psyching me up, even in terms of, because this is before I actually got Happiness U going. This is before I started putting out things. This book, I think, really helped me take the leap and not really worry about making everything perfect, but really just acting in every moment and trying to make the best of the moments rather than try to come up with this great scheme in my head and then execute on it later. Bishop's writing style in this book is very straightforward and not for the faint of heart. So if you're likely to get offended or feel attacked by the things that he's writing, sometimes it does get very confrontational with the reader. So that's something to keep in mind. But I'd say if you're thick-skinned or you like that kind of reading, because it's very direct, it's very straightforward, I would definitely recommend this book because it's going to motivate you in a way that doesn't give you any excuses, because he's here taking those excuses away from you in a very in-your-face kind of way. As much as this book was able to motivate me to want to pursue my own dreams and want to get up and start taking action, there wasn't a whole lot of practical stuff in the book itself. There wasn't a lot of information on what it is that you can do right now to start executing. And, it was more just one of those rah-rah, let's get hype about something books, which is fine, right? But I think there's a lot of books out there that are already like that. So that was something that I would probably take away from the book. The one thing I did like that he mentioned in one of the chapters that I kind of took to heart is that you're always winning. No matter what you're doing in your life, you're always winning at it. So anything that your mind believes is true will come true. So therefore, no matter what, you're winning at your own game. So the question, I guess, becomes, what game are you playing? I thought that was really insightful. I think that was one of the strengths of the book, was that particular point, because it really stuck with me. It's something that I still carry with me. Overall, I think a lot of these are more philosophical, more just trying to get you to understand something by kind of repeating it in your face. Like I said, it's not a whole lot different than a lot of other self-help books that can do the same thing and tell you, wake up, be here right now, embrace the uncertainty. All those things, I think, are present in a lot of other books like this, maybe not in the same style. It doesn't have a whole lot of new or novel content where you're going to be like, oh, wow. Or maybe you will, depending on your experience with self-help books. This could be all new stuff for you. So really, I guess you just have to read it for yourself if you really want to find out. Personally, as someone who values practical advice in self-help books and things that I can carry with me and apply to my everyday life, I didn't think this had as much in it as I might have been expecting. It did help me get a better sense of where my life is right now and where I want to take it. And it took away a lot of the excuses that I think I was giving myself beforehand. Like I said, there are a couple principles in this book that I still carry with me. So it has had a lasting impact on me. Overall, I think I'd give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars, simply because it is some of the same things you're going to hear in a lot of other self-help books. It's told in a very elegant and intuitive way so that literally anybody reading this could understand this book, no matter what your age, no matter what your experience, no matter what your industry. Everyone, I think, can relate to this book and get something out of it, which is why I think it was a New York Times bestseller. His message in this book is actually really simple. It's stop draining your own energy. Stop taking away your own energy from yourself. Stop sabotaging yourself. And I think that's something that we can all relate to in the way that we behave. Sometimes we really do a lot of self-defeating behaviors. So if you're someone who feels that way and wants to get out of that mentality, this could push you to that point. If you think you might like this book, if you think you could get something out of it, I will put it in the description below. I will put it in a link in the Facebook post. I will put it on the Instagram, and make sure that you guys can get a hold of this if you really want to. So thank you guys so much for listening again to these book talks. Trying to keep them short, trying to keep them sweet, give you guys the most value you can for a short amount of time. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any books that you guys think I should be reviewing, DM me, comment in the comment section, whatever. Like, I have a ton of books on my shelf right now that I'm planning on reading, but if there's something you guys would rather see me review, just comment that. Like, let me know, because I'm willing to read pretty much anything as long as it goes along with the whole theme of maximizing human potential, whether that's self-help or just happiness or business advice, all that stuff. So thank you guys so much. Stay happy, stay healthy, and take care.